Heading northbound on the 400. Looks like a beautiful morning.
With a load of iron ore.
Frost was on the pumpkin this morning, and we're having a few technical difficulties here.
Steve was late.
It's my fault. We were going to play a little bit of Gordon Lightfoot to set the mood, but unfortunately, technical difficulties with the music system. Can't seem to rectify that. We've got a couple of big Timmies on the go here. It's a beautiful day. Can't wait to get up there. We're getting closer. Major Lake Road on the way to Shell Lake access point. Blue skies are holding up. 11 degrees Celsius, it says on the dash.
No wind.
It's been a cool spring, long hard winter. Leaves are still stalled this year. Here it is, May the 18th, and the leaves still aren't out. But there's a good point to that. Maybe the bugs won't be either. Of course, maybe the bears will be hungry. Oh well. We're close. We're ready to head out. We got a long day ahead of us today because this is the long weekend, and most of the campsites close to the access point, well, all of the campsites were taken, so we have quite a distance to go. Not even sure whether we can do it, but I guess we don't have much choice. Filming, or is that photo?
No, filming now. So we have arrived at Shell Lake. The office is over there, and got our bags all packed up.
Better every year.
The lady cautioned us because none of the trails have been maintained, and it sounds like we're in for a real treat on this trip. She seemed to be laughing inwardly that we, a couple old men, might be attempting this.
Well, we are men.
Yeah.
We shall conquer.
Okay, so Steve's going to grab these couple of bags, run them down to the access point, which is down here, or the launch point. Somebody forgot their fishing pole down here, and off we go. Initially we had thought that we'd have to go all the way to Round Island Lake, but and the lady thought we were crazy trying that. She said lots of spots have freed up on Booth, so, and she said the fishing's fantastic there. So that's where we're going. We changed our route around a little bit, and it sounds a lot more manageable now. At least to us. Well, hello folks. Welcome to the completion of our first portage, which was just a 90 meter, which we tried to avoid by paddling up this, well, very small rapids, but it just proved too much for these old guys.
All fun and games till we started going backwards.
Yeah, and we didn't want to get in the cold water, so we played it safe. Well, playing it safe probably would have involved not doing it in the first place, but
Don't film me eating, like.
it'll be hard to film you then. Anyway, the water is very high, so you can see even the exit to from this portage is into some swift water. Shouldn't be a problem, but just the water is high and it's very cold.
We're just coming to the end of Kitty Lake, and then there's portage into Booth Lake, where we hope to spend the night. Well, originally that lake was booked up, but the ranger at the office, she said that there were some vacancies, which is good. It's a very busy lake, I guess, because the fishing is supposed to be superb. It was threatening rain here just a moment ago. Blue sky over there. A few rain clouds over there, but nothing worse than spitting. So far the wind has been fairly mild and good paddles so far.
Okay, we're just at the entrance to the portage into Booth, and the water's being so high, we had to paddle upstream on this, so I had to work pretty hard to get to the portage, which you know, I think it's 600 or 700 meters.
There was a little bit of paddle dipping by my sister at the front end of the canoe there.
Yeah, he was filming, I was paddling. Anyway,
Okay,
on to the portage.
So you carry that bag and I'll take the rest then? We reached the last spot on Booth Lake, and this is the last spot that's available. Well, there were a few way back there, but we wouldn't have wanted to go back. Got a nice stairway up to the campsite.
Thank you. Can get up.
You can? And Larry says it's a beautiful spot. I haven't been up to see it yet. But we're going to park the canoe and unload, and then we'll... So this is the view from the campsite on Booth Lake up above. Beautiful view. Some fishermen had been here before us. They filleted their fish on that table, which is kind of smelly. So I gave it a rinse to try and clean it off. Fire pit over there. Already got a nice pile of firewood going. And this is an old logging road, I guess. It's a new tent Larry got. A Hillyberg. And we brought a bug shelter this time, which also acts as a tarp, because it's a little later in the season and we thought the bugs might be a problem. So far just some black flies hovering around our head. They don't seem to be biting. There is a good wind coming off the lake and it keeps threatening to rain, but so far we've been lucky. Should be no problem tomorrow getting out of here, even if it's windy, because we're right on the portage.
Okay, Steve's just starting to work on preparing our dinner. It's a little early today. Time is it, around 4?
4 o'clock.
Yeah. I haven't quite got the fire going or anything yet for cooking, but
Little prep work involved.
yeah. Anyway, we've got everything all set up. It's been kind of breezy and a little bit chilly. See the ice that was in the fireplace hasn't melted. I don't know what temperature it is, probably 7 or 8, something like that. Maybe 9.
Whether the wind's blowing.
Yeah. It hasn't been sunny, but the sun looks like it's just peeking out. Hey, Alan, what do we got cooking?
What we have here is scallops and bacon, 3-pepper ribeye steak, and we're going to have some various colored peppers with onions and some cremini mushrooms.
And what's those
And
scallops?
my scallops are burning. It's going to be quite the feast for the first night.
Looks good. Well, dinner's done. The wind has died down. We're just sitting here. Good thing about this time of year is we get lots of light. What time is it now, Steve?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock and the sun's still high in the horizon. And we got a nice little fire going. Well, it could be better, but Steve's in charge of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, just relax.
Spruce Lake. I say this every year when I come here and we get weather like this, or even if we don't. God, I love it out here. We're so fortunate to have this at our doorstep. We wait all winter, Larry and I, thinking about spring, when we can finally get out here and enjoy all that Mother Nature has to offer.
Well, good morning. It's Monday. And it was chilly last night. I was even a little chilly in my bag at times. Steve said he was downright frozen because his sleeping bag had not been properly taken care of by someone. We got up this morning, I think it was 5 when we got up. What time? Huh? 5 degrees.
Oh.
Not 5 a.m. And what time did we get up?
7:30?
7:30. I had a pretty good sleep overall. I don't know about Steve, but
There's a lot of snoring from the other side.
we had a good breakfast. We had eggs and pea meal on a bagel. We're just enjoying our coffee. Spit rained a bit. And we don't even have to paddle today. We just start portaging, which is, I guess, good. Steve, do you have anything to add?
No, I have nothing to add at this juncture.
Roger. Over and out. Oh, our first portage of the morning. I think we're about 12 minutes into it, and it's been uphill the whole way. Not super steep, but just uphill all the way. It's kind of, I don't know how well you can tell from the camera, but that's pretty much what it's like the whole way. Maybe a little steeper in sections, and we're on a bit of a flat spot here, and we decided to take a water break. But we will trot onwards. Out of way.
Well, we've kind of got to a spot in the trail where there doesn't appear to be a trail. And without any leaves on the trees or anything, the trail is totally not discernible. So we set everything down before we left the end of our previous trail. Pulled out the trusty GPS, which admittedly we don't use that often, but when we have it, it's a lifesaver. So it says we're supposed to head up here through this muddy, rocky creek and go up that big hill off to the right. So that's exactly what we're gonna do.
There's a power button on the side. Just need Steve to turn off the GPS because it shows that we're here. So we made it. The last part is downhill, but this portage, it was tough. It was uphill most of the way, and a kick at the very end, just to put us right over the edge. And now a short paddle into the wind, and we're on to our next portage. Shorter ones. There's a couple of loons out there. These are sanctuary lakes, so no fishing except by the loons.
A little bit about the canoe setup here for portaging. We lash the paddles here with a bungee cord. We get a little bit of a foam rester to save our tired and aging necks. There's a little foam lashed on there for sponging up any water. It's required by law. And this is where we attach the map case. So the stern man does the map reading. A little throw rope and bailer at the back. And that's our setup. And then the guy that's carrying the canoe carries the Duluth bag, and the other guy carries this massive sucker, which at the bottom of it we have a small barrel. That's where we keep all our food. Seems to keep the critters out at night. So far it's working well, but it is a little bit heavy and it's a little awkward to carry. But oh, and then we have our food pack here.
Bag.
This is the snack bag. We keep everything out in that. Little plug here for Mountain Equipment Co-op. That's a clear bag. Yeah, and there's the old pepperonis. So that's about it. Little bump in the road here. Some fall down over the trail. So Larry is carefully negotiating. And on we go.
Why don't you tell us about this portage, Steve?
Getting the impression. Portage was okay, other than the one fell tree that took a little video of there, but the trail is barely discernible, especially this time of year, like everything's growing in. You have to really be careful where you're going, otherwise you're going to venture off somewhere and another path. But to get up to Round Island Lake, it's just a series of 500-600 meter portages, and we're just doing tic-tac-toe through these little lakes. And then we'll get to our final destination today, which we hear is a beautiful lake. Not too big a lake, but
I don't think we'll see anybody on it. Because to get at it from the other way, you got to do the 5K from Dixon, and to get at it from this way, you have to do the route that we're doing, and I think we can safely say nobody's been through here. Not even, well, the rangers look like they've done the first half of that longer portage, but certainly not the back half.
the moose have been out in full force. Moose scat everywhere. Hopefully we'll see some this time.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were following animal trails or a portage, so. But we made it. This is the portage from Presto to Marsh Lake, and I guess there used to be a bridge in the middle of the portage where Steve's standing right there.
Lumber camp is over there.
Yeah, and it's no longer here, so we have to do this. I guess we could walk in the mud, but it's easier to paddle across and then pick up the portage again over there. Steve said there's a lumber camp up in there. Here's the portage from Presto up to Marshy Lake. So the end of it is basically up this creek bed, and you've got to walk on all these rocks not even. Some are slippery, so it's a little treacherous. And the water being high means we even have to walk a little further. And even at the put-in, I don't know for sure how we can exactly figure that out, but we will. Anyway, it's been we haven't canoed much today. The whole Portaging. One more to go, and then we're on Round Island, and that's where we're camping. Okay, as I said, the exit to the portage from the portage is not all that easy. So another adventurous portage. Again, because the water level is so high, we had to carry or get in the water basically and pull the canoe over these logs and everything. It just tested the skill of balance. And that's where the portage actually begins. So we'll see what that's like. Last one. When I said last portage on the last portage, I was one portage short. We actually had one more to go, which is this one. Legs kind of tired today. We've got some wolf scat there. So just about halfway back, Steve dropped the pack he was carrying with the canoe, and dropped the canoe and then carried the pack forward with me, and then he dropped the pack, which I went back and got, and he's gone back to get the canoe, and I've made it to the put-in. This is Round Island Lake, which is where we're camping tonight. And if we see anyone on this lake, I will be very surprised. Because it's hard to get to. You made it.
Pardon?
You made it.
Yeah. I've had enough.